Holly with woodlandshits.com, and I have Kai Bishop, the staff chaplain for Strike LLC. And you guys actually have a really cool initiative called Campaign for Change. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, Campaign for Change is our philanthropic initiative. Actually, tagline is we're changing perspectives and changing lives. In 2012, the CEO of Strike, Steve Pate, decided that Strike is a tremendously generous organization. So they were giving away money right and left, and all of the donation requests most often came through him. And so instead of him making the decisions about those things, he still makes the decisions, but instead of them all coming to him, we organized Campaign for Change so that the donation requests would come through a committee.
Oh, cool.
And so we have a small committee. There are 6 people on the committee, and so all donation requests that come to Strike come through that committee, and then we make determinations as to, does it fit in our budget? Does it fit into the areas that we normally contribute to? So it began in 2012, and it's just grown extensively since then. Well, we've given away probably close to $4 million.
Wow.
And involved with about 300 different charitable organizations. They need to be 501c3, they need to have a W-9.
Sure.
And then Strike will make a contribution to them. So it's everything from a little league to the big charities like the Cancers and the Hearts and the March for Babies walk, all the way to local opportunities like Interfaith, just a variety of local charities. But not only do we involve ourselves in the local Woodlands area, but we involve ourselves in wherever Strike is doing work. So rather than being that company that just comes in and takes, we're the company that comes in and does the work in whatever community we're in, all over Texas, Louisiana, all over the United States.
That's awesome.
And we invite the employees in that area to identify a local opportunity, and then we'll make a contribution back to that area as well. So we're sponsoring Little Leagues in Raymondville, Texas.
Awesome.
We helped with the Harlingen Independent School District with a new program there. Working on. We've worked with the South Texas Children's Home, some operations in Pennsylvania and Oklahoma, just all over. So
wow.
Tremendously generous company, but I would say that the heart for contributing back to our communities comes from the CEO, and that's Steve Pate.
That's amazing. And it's so great that you guys involve your employees, and because it's so important to give back, give back to the community.
And that was the heart of the idea, is that because Strike is such a generous organization, Steve Pate said, I want to teach employees the importance of giving back. So when we're changing perspectives, we're changing the perspectives of our employees. We're changing lives. We're changing the lives of the community.
Yes, you are. And you're changing the lives of your employees as
Absolutely.
well. That's so great. It's a win-win situation all the way around. So you guys actually pick a specific charity once per quarter?
Actually, no, it's consistent. So my position is full-time with Strike as a staff chaplain. So I do all their philanthropic and humanitarian work, but I also do the chaplain work. I was a pastor for 30 years. And so everything that I do in the church, I do for the company, whether that's a hospital visit or a funeral or a wedding or counseling or just any sort of thing like that. So I divide my time between visiting the charities and vetting the charities and being with the people. So Strike has around 5,000 employees currently, so it's a pretty busy place.
I bet.
Yeah.
You're a busy guy.
Yeah. One-man show.
Right? I understand. I understand. So you actually have an initiative that you're working on that is supporting veterans.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about that and what kind of items you guys are looking for.
Well, so for the last 4 years, we have initiated what we call our military care packages. And so the last 3 years we were collecting items that we could send to deployed soldiers.
Okay.
And so we would get names from employees, we'd get names from a variety of places, and then we'd put together the packages, and the employees would bring all of the different items. And so over the last 3 years, we've sent probably close to 2,000 care packages. We've sent them to the USO, and then they've distributed them, or we've sent them directly to soldiers. And we've probably collected enough things to distribute about 8,000 care packages, because the employees have been so generous. But the cost of sending those packages is about $27 a box, and so that can get in a huge expense in and of itself. So this year we looked a little bit locally.
Okay.
And we chose the organization called U.S. Vets. And U.S. Vets is the nation's largest nonprofit provider of comprehensive services to homeless and at-risk veterans.
Oh, wow.
And they do things like counseling, job placement, care management, employee assistance, drug and alcohol-free housing. And so it's a great organization. They are coming alongside the VA, who can't do everything, and
Sure.
they're assisting them with taking care of our veterans. And so the types of items that we have requested this year are mostly items that we could put into hygiene kits. And so those would be toothbrushes, toothpaste, disposable razors, a variety of things like that. We're taking gently used tennis shoes for men.
Okay.
And gently used dress clothing for men, because they help them build a resume, they help them to get back into the job market. And so we're taking things like that.
Okay. And you guys are also, you at Strike, you've got teams. You
Right.
kind of made this like a competitive initiative, and so tell me how many teams do you have, and what the goals are for the teams.
Well, the goal for we Strike is a tremendously competitive group of people.
That's
so
good.
A lot of young
There's nothing
employees-
wrong with that.
Yes, exactly. And so we've utilized their competitiveness to put them into teams. And so there's currently 10 teams.
Okay.
Each team has a captain, and the captain kind of motivates and drives and gets them excited about the opportunity. Of course, everything we do as a company is not mandatory, so the employee can either choose to be a part of it or they don't have to be a part of
Okay.
it. But I would tell you that the majority of them
I was going
choose
to
to be
say,
a part of
yeah.
everything that we do. And so we divided them into teams, and so they are just going crazy collecting items. We'll be able to show you some pictures later of the items collected as
That'd be
we've done
great.
in the years past. But the prize this year is that they get to pick a day off, which is
Oh,
totally paid for by the
nice.
company. And we've chosen 2 days: the day before the 4th of July, which is a Monday, and so they can take that day off, which we would normally be working, or Labor Day, one of the days before or after Labor
Okay.
Day. So
Nice.
that's the prize for that. So
Very cool. So
Right.
you guys are currently accepting donations until June 23rd.
right.
So if the listeners wanted to contribute to this organization and help out your teams, how would they get donations to you?
Well, they could contact me. It's Kai Bishop, or kai.bishop@strikeusa.com. Thank you. or they could actually call Strike.
Okay.
We're located at Hughes Landing, and if they wanted to call and ask for me, then I could tell them how we could either pick up the things that they contributed, or they can drop them off. So
Okay.
we'd
Okay.
love
And
for
what's
them-
the phone number for Strike?
My phone number, 832-474-4051.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming in. I'm so glad that you guys reached out to me to let me know about this amazing thing that you guys are doing. It's so awesome, and I'm so proud of you guys. And I hope that you guys do the best this year, better than you've ever done.
Well, thank you, and we're glad to be a part of this. Glad that you're a part of the community, and now you were formerly an untapped resource. Now you'll be tapped again. So
Well, come on over. I'm happy to help out however
Yeah.
I can. Absolutely. Absolutely.
well, thank you for the opportunity.
Of course, and thank you